Alright guys, so I'm finally in my new shop. I moved to a new place down in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're going to start getting back to making some videos, get things uploaded. I got a few of them already edited I got to put up as well. But we'll get back to it. I will stick with you guys stick with me. In one of my last episodes, I got a few comments about my miter saw. On my miter saw, I usually have like a back wall, like a back wood plate on it with a measuring tape going across it, and that way you can kind of eyeball your measurements right there at the miter saw. So I got a few comments about making a video about making those. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So follow along. We're gonna put one together. Also, here's a quick tour of the new shop. I still don't have all my tools here yet, but we'll get them over here soon. So we got our miter station over here, paints and stain section right there, some router bits hanging, my desk right there. I think I'm gonna put my jointer right there. And then we just got kind of a storage rack of tools right there. And then my mobile desk right here. So I'm sure it's probably going to change around a bit, look a little different, you know, a few months from now. But for now, this will work out for me, and we'll get started. So what I got here right now is I think it's a 1x6 scrap piece of oak wood that I had sitting outside the barn. And we're going to attach it right here to the back of this plate. But first, we're going to have to clean the board up a little bit, take a couple of these nails out of it. And I think I'm going to thin it down to probably about a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to get it screwed into the back of that plate and we'll put our tape on it. Alright, so what we're going to do next here is we're going to cut this board down to right about 7 feet wide. And we got that right about 7 foot. Actually, to go just a tiny bit shorter, I think it's like 6'5" probably. But the next step we're going to do here is we're going to pull the planer out and get this board down to probably right about a 1/2 inch thick. Got it all smoothed out on the planer. Board looks beautiful. And I'm going to go onto the table saw here, and I'm actually going to cut a 1/4 inch off each side. Alright, so this next step's probably going to be a little different for everybody, but we're going to have to make clearance for the actual machine to be able to fit through here. So right now I'm just going to start with kind of taking away this little bit of chunk here, just so I can get it started and see what more I need to take off in order for the miter to actually slide into it. Alright, here's how it's going to line up. I got like about 2 foot over there and about 5 foot over there. I can slide my miter through there now. Looks like I still gonna have to cut a little bit off right there. Next thing I did is I clamped it up to where it was flush with the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my mounting holes, which is right here. I already got one screw in right there. But find my mounting holes and go dead center on it with a punch. You don't have to do this step, but the reason I like to do it is to get my screw to drill directly in the middle. Because if you're on the top, it's probably going to pull your board up a little bit. So I just do a little center punch there, and that helps my screws start right in the middle. Alright, we got our board screwed on right there. I actually ran out of sheet metal screws that I used here, so yeah, use some washers and some longer screws, but I got it in pretty good. Now is the satisfying part. You can see everything is able to move freely through this little gap I had cut here. Actually, I had to clear out a little bit more, but what you're going to need next, tape measures. They come in a roll and they have adhesive on the back side. What we're going to do is we're going to put, since we already have our cut here, we know our zero is right here on this edge. So we're going to line this up right there and stick it down all the way across the bottom there. That little extra tab, you can cut it with your saw. But the next thing I know you're thinking is, what if I got to do a 45 degree, or mine cuts up to a 50 degree? So I try to make all of those cuts over here on the left side of the saw. So what we'll do is we'll move this across to our 50 right there. That's my absolute max 50. And we'll lock that down. And what we're going to do is just cut. See, just like that, I realize I got to take off a little bit more here. So I'm going to pull my chisel out, chop that down a little bit. Now we're just gonna double check here and test our accuracy. So I just had to double check, but we're right on at 4 there, and we're right on at 4 again there. Pretty simple project today. It doesn't take very long to do. You just need a scrap piece of wood, and then that tape you can just get on Amazon for just a couple bucks. Now I got to get back to staining this sectional. This is going out on next Saturday, so we're gonna get these boards sealed up and get them out the door and make our customers happy. Other than that, you guys are all set. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And good luck woodworking.